Hey, this is Jeroen from Grafplug here, and it's Sunday, so it's time to show you a little bit of a camera build. And as you all know, this is the Kinefinity Mavo LF with a PL mount attached. And on top of that, I have a ARRI 40mm ultra scope designed in the 50s by Jacobsen, made by the Arnold Richter company. So my intention is to show you a little bit more, also by inviting other cinematographers to show you some different examples of how you can build up a camera for different circumstances. In this case, I'm pretty. Maybe I have to stand up because I'm pretty tall. I'm almost 2 meters up in length, so that's pretty tall. Most of the people in Holland are also pretty tall, but I am much taller than the average Dutch person, which means that most of the standard camera height is always about shoulder. So that makes for medium close, also for close sometimes a little bit angle up. But if I would put the camera on my shoulder here, then I would always have to stand through my knees or angle down, which is more like an ugly way of shooting, mostly meant for lazy broadcast shooters. But we are cinematographers, we want to have the best shot possible. So for me, it works the best if the camera is not on the shoulder, but instead like this height. So I had to come up with a couple of solutions. First of all, let's talk about center of gravity of a camera. So this is a very small camera. This is the Kinefinity Mavo LF without the Kineback W attached, only small plate and a very small battery. So in this case, the center of gravity, which means the weight distribution, is around here. You can see that quite easily. You see, it doesn't want to go this way or this way, so it's about here. So that's why I put the handle in this position, so I don't have to push either down or up. I can just freely move the camera around. Of course, this side should have been a little bit more up front, but yeah, in this case I like this wooden handle and I kept it here to keep everything small and simple. Here's also start-stop cable, so I like that. So the way I attach this is through a NATO reel, just a simple MOFCOM NATO reel. So I didn't use top plate, I just put a NATO reel, and then I have a small NATO clamp which goes to rosette, and then I have angled dog bone with another rosette, and then a simple small rig handle. Works quite easy. Then we have one small issue here. It looks a little bit ugly, but let's get over it. This lens is pretty heavy, so it needs kind of a lens support, but it's meant to be supported by 90mm reels, which sits a little bit lower. So I just came up with a little bit of a quick solution. Of course, you could put this lens without lens support, but I don't feel confident about it, and I just want to have a sturdy connection, and I don't want to bend or destroy the Mavo LF. Another thing is really important. If you are on your own without an AC or without a focus puller, then you somehow have to do the focus. In this case, this lens has a very, maybe you can see that, has a very long focus throw. So it's pretty hard to focus by hand. It would just introduce a lot of wiggle, and it's not one. I don't like it. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put a focus motor here, made by PD Movie. You can basically power it all day with one battery. And you could even put a remote, which is this one. This is a thumb wheel controller. You could even put it like 20 meters away, give it to your AC or something. If you're on a low budget shoot, then it would still work. Of course, everyone knows tilt and nucleus. They also have a nano version, but still having this kind of a movement in your arm makes it less stable. Because now, if I use this thumb wheel, I'm still able to handhold this camera very strongly while not putting any stress on the thumb wheel. So I kind of like this solution. Of course, it's all taste, and some other people might like it differently, but I really love thumb wheel controllers. Also, the resolution is pretty good of this thumb wheel. Let's show you how simple it is to power this motor. All I have to do is just insert the battery, power it on. So then I just auto-calibrate the motors. There we go. We can focus from close to infinity. Maybe it's nice to shoot a little bit so I can show you how easy it is. close focus, and infinity. So in some cases you still would like to have a matte box. In this case, the nice thing about this scope is that it doesn't extend like many DIY scope solutions. So it extends within the barrel of the lens. So you can just use a clamp-on matte box. In this case, the beautiful matte box by Bright Tangerine. Here we go. As you can see, it's very stable. Of course, you shouldn't hold it the whole day. Maybe it's becoming more heavy, but for feature film or small narratives, it's great, and you have a lot of freedom and movement, while still it's really stable through the third connection through the eyepiece. So I think I hope I inspire someone with this, and I would love to see everyone else showing their setups, so we can keep on talking about how to improve our setups. Bye.